I guess what I want to talk about is this whole idea that you're confident. Like I meet so many women out there that was like, Russ, I'm confident. I've got the confidence to talk to guys. That's not my problem. I just keep meeting really shit guys. I keep meeting guys that aren't right for me, or that just want to get laid, or they want the wrong thing, and I'm just tired of that. But my confidence has got nothing to do with it. I'm a confident woman. If I was to give you a different take on confidence, if I was to tell you what I think confidence really is, my question would then sort of be, do you still think you've got confidence across the board? You see, confidence for me is not something that I think is transferable across life. You might be really confident in your job. You might be really confident in your gym routine. You might be really confident in something you do daily, but that confidence may not be transferred across into your relationships. It definitely is probably not transferred across into your dating life. If you were to ask me for a definition of what confidence is, I would say to you, confidence is having a certainty around your story. Being able to take any aspect of your life, whether you're embarrassed by it, whether you're a bit ashamed of it, whether it was your history or your past, and just turning around and saying, this is my life, this is who I am, and I am certain about that. When I was dating, one of the things that I was almost embarrassed to talk about was my love of comic books and my love of Star Trek. I've sort of grown up as this uber nerd, being really into kind of the Marvel superheroes, the DC superheroes. I used to go and buy comic books and read it, and that's just who I was, and that's just how I grew up, and it's what I loved. When I started to date, when I started to meet girls, I was near enough embarrassed about that part of my life. I wouldn't want to bring it up. I wouldn't want to share these stories. And I guess on some levels it stopped me being me. And what makes me me is that uber nerd side of me that I absolutely love. And in those instances, I wasn't certain about my story. I wasn't certain about who I was. And I was embarrassed by it. So I didn't communicate that to the girls that I met. Other aspects of my life was when I was still living at home with my parents. I was embarrassed by it. I didn't have a certainty around why I was living at home with my parents. I'd go on dates with girls and I didn't want to tell them I was living at home. You know, I was so worried about being judged by other people that there were aspects of my personality in my life that I kept to myself. That in its entirety is having a lack of core confidence. Being able to confidently take ownership over your life and what's in front of you and who you are and where you come from and your background and the things that you love, that is having a certainty around your story.